Hello, this is Rex King again. We're ending our journey on the yellow brick road now. We're right at the last brick. And what it has come to is help us to understand that the world is mental in nature. I did a search on the saying, the all is mind and the universe is mental. This saying right here. This is the first of 7 Hermetic sayings. The second Hermetic saying is the saying that says, as above, so below, which suggests a holographic nature or a fractal nature of the universe. This one here, the first Hermetic principle says, the all is mind, the universe is mental, which is basically saying space-time is mind. The universe is mental or spiritual in nature. And it's those two sayings is part of a group of 7 Hermetic sayings. And all of those Hermetic sayings point to this holographic nature of mankind. The 7th Hermetic saying is the female-male nature of reality, the plus minus. You know, the poles of a magnet that points to another one, that the world is polar. Anyway, we can get into the Hermetic principles more in another video, but right now what I'd like to do is to go ahead and go over the math that basically shows how the energy flows through the system. Well, first of all, time is awareness, okay? So if mind is time, if time is conscious, because it takes time for reality to continue to be. So mind is awareness, okay, of the choice or the movement in a system, a change, okay, where a choice needs to be made, okay? And a choice taken is, in other words, a cause is then, from that movement, then a choice is taken. A cause is affected. And from that cause, an output force is affected. Then that's what happens. And an output force is mass times gravity squared times gravity, or I should say this wave function, which becomes gravity. And that's a force, which is gravity when it's connected with mass, and that's a force. Okay. Now, if it's not gravity, it would be acceleration, like from a motor or something, and that would be replaced with this. But that's what this is. This is an acceleration force right here, which is basically a force sustained. Energy is the ability to produce movement. Okay, that's what energy is. So, where does the power of the universe come from then? The power of the universe comes from the ability to make a decision, create a movement. So in the mind, in a time vector, this is a time vector, the mind of an individual, or it could be God's mind, the mind of the all, or it could be us as individuals. This is the same thing. Remember, we're a holograph, a repeating pattern over and over again, visually representing our world. In a fractal way, it would be just, we know what a fractal looks like when you visually see it. It's more like the universe on a much larger scale. Can you see the pattern? On a huge scale, our holograph looks like a fractal. Up close, it looks like our world. And in our world, and in that world, to make matter, this is a process going on in the center of the sun, and that the sun, under the pressure and so forth, because of the design, the configuration that was created, what happens is all the choice is squeezed out, where the particles become what they need to become the matter that makes up the physical holographic world that we live in. Everything in our world is real because we started with the Big Bang with an empty holograph that immediately filled up with the materials that has led up to the who we are and what is at this very moment. Anyway, so the choice, the mental activity of choice creates matter or the world that we live in through our decisions, whether it's going to be a particle or a wave in our life. Work implies mind. In other words, work, which means taking chaos and creating cosmos out of it. Taking chaos and creating something productive. Taking garbage and making art out of it, that kind of stuff. But what this does is that basically it's a holograph, and I could say it's a fractal from the viewpoint that all of these equations right here on this page continually repeat in patterns over and over and over and over and over again, these same equations, these simple little patterns that creates the world we live in. And this is the Trinity pattern that people look for everywhere. They see it anywhere. This is that Trinity pattern. I've sort of avoided using that, but that's what it is. It's basically a mind makes a choice, and then the choice creates a result, one or the other. So basically mind, choice, result, okay? How did I say it here? Cause, effect. Mind, cause, effect. Mind, cause, effect. That's the Trinity. Yeah. Again, mind, we live in a spiritual world. And it's spiritual made physical by the holographic mechanical system that is created by movement. Because movement is what force is. Force is just movement. Energy is the ability to produce movement. That's what it does. Why does gravity have energy in it? Because if you put something in space, we let it go, gravity creates the movement that slams it down. It's not, if without the gravity, it would just float there. We know that because of previous mechanics. Work equals force times movement. Work equals change in kinetic energy. So work is force times movement, a distance. See the L, okay? So, which is equal to mass, which we just created. This is mass right here. That's mass. That's what this is together. The mass is this top part. This is what mass looks like, and as it's being formed. It's a velocity vector spinning into what we become mass. And in the sun, this is made denser and denser and denser, starting with from hydrogen to helium, so on. And so that's what it is. So basically, all of the force that drives the universe is the mechanics of the math on this page. And this math is basically on its highest level is what we call whole set math, in that the mind has everything in it, which basically, let's start down here. So this is the empty set. Okay, so it's basically the cup, but the cup is empty. This is the cup, but the cup is full. And this is the cup and everything that could possibly be in any of the cups. So basically, this is all the matter of this mind, and then up here, from that, it can be taken and transformed or committed to being one of these two, whether it's going to be used as mass, where the energy is contained in that system as mass, which we know what mass is from our knowledge of atomics, or just a potential wave in space, and we know what that potential is. It's gravity when it's connected with mass. That mass, and so basically mass and space connect to make gravity, and this is the gravity that we receive force from. So we see what I'm trying to say is all the numbers are here in this, from this LT mind of God creates everything that is existence in our holograph. Very simple, mathematical, unless I'm mistaken, in artificial intelligence, that's what's so amazing they're finding about it is that the programming is quite simple, and yet they're able to get this the results that they're looking for. Well, look, we just approached over 10 minutes, so I think I'd like to go ahead and conclude this. I think I've covered everything well. Let me take a quick glance at it. Of course, this is who I am. Today's date, February 19th, 2025. I'm presenting this. I think I've covered it all. I'm going to review this. I think this one's going to be good, so you'll see it, and I'm going to check it, and hopefully the follow-up will take this a little further. I've tried to take it as far as I can in little 10-minute bites. Thank you very much. Hopefully this has been very insightful about how it's a necessity to recognize the reality for what it is so that we can make the most of what that gives us. Creative control over our world. Thank you.